At it again. And Elon Musk has absolutely broken the left because he made a joke, or maybe not so much a joke, about buying MSNBC or MSDNC. Because obviously MSNBC has been struggling with their ratings, and I think I made a video on that. I can't remember. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know at this point. All the days blend together. All my videos blend together at this point. I don't even know what I made, what I didn't make. Anyway, MSNBC has been struggling with ratings, and Comcast, I believe it's Comcast that owns MSNBC, it's been reported that they were thinking about selling MSNBC, and Elon made a joke. He was like, how much? And the left has been absolutely losing their minds over it ever since. And Greg Jennings obviously works for CNN, was talking about this, but there's a woman by the name of Carrie Champion who, I don't know why she's even on here, because she's like a sports analyst the last time I checked. I think she worked for ESPN the last time I watched ESPN, which has been quite some time. I don't watch ESPN anymore, especially since they started going woke. But she absolutely loses her mind and doesn't make any type of sense during this engagement with Greg Jennings, and it's absolutely hilarious. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So with that being said, let's dive in.
So, Carrie, I want to ask you about this idea of media takeover, because after Elon Musk purchased Twitter, changed it into X, there's no doubt that he exercised some power there. So how do you hear this even in jest kind of purchase of a cable network?
Good to be with you tonight.
Good to be with you as well.
Thanks for having me. I think that we should believe everything that is said coming from this administration. I don't think that we have the luxury to dismiss it as him being someone who's being funny or someone who is just being himself, or that is his brand. X, and you said in some ways, always. I feel like X, I don't know if anyone is on it in any capacity. I don't know if you're on it. And you're the only one? You're on it? You all are on it? Okay. I've actually decided to take a rest of peace because it is not a peaceful place for me. And I know if in fact you don't agree with this current administration, most people can say that it's not a peaceful place. I would.
These people, man, I gotta say this. These people are so soft. So, like, can I ask a question? And this is a genuine question. I ain't even trying to be disrespectful, but like, when did we become so soft as a society? Like, why are we so soft these days? Where did the saying go? You guys know the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. Where did that saying go? It's just like vanished. It's almost like it never even existed. Like, people are so, oh my goodness, people say some mean things to me. I need my peace. I need my peace. You know how many mean things people have said to me? Does it bother me? No, I don't give a shit. I don't. I laugh at it because it's like, bro, like, you taking the time out of your day to come and try to bother me by calling me all types of names. Like, you're thinking about me more than I'm thinking about you. You care more about me than I give a darn about you. That says a lot, because I'm not taking the time out of my day to go and bother somebody that I don't give a crap about. The only people that I bother are people that I care about. So clearly you must care about me. And as a matter of fact, if you're coming to my YouTube channel to try to leave a nasty comment, thank you, because not only are you wasting your time, but you're also paying me. You're getting me more views, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like, these people, man, like, it's just like, I get called all types of names, the C word, Uncle T, right? All this stuff, and like, does it bother me? Nope. As a matter of fact, I laugh at it sometimes, you know? But anyway, carry on. Sheesh.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an actual bid made to take on MSNBC, but the fact that it just can't happen in real life.
And we just can't. It's not
even
officially for sale,
it's not officially for sale.
The last
it's not
time
even
he
realistic.
mused about maybe buying something,
it's not even realistic in real life, but I do believe that.
Yeah, the same way people said Elon Musk buying Twitter wasn't realistic, and guess what happened? He did it.
Media, everyone sitting here at this table, if you don't agree, we're in for some tough years ahead. I do believe that we are not going to be able to be as safe or say what we want to. I don't think free speech is going to be as free.
Now, Scott, I want to bring you in here because this kind of link to Orban, we don't pull it from nowhere. There was a former member of the Hungarian parliament who was writing in Politico who kind of talked about this effort by that government and how specific it was in terms of purchasing media specifically for propaganda. Do you hear why they're making that connection?
I mean, is the concern that certain media outlets would become propaganda arms of political ideologies? I mean, don't we already have that in this country at a large scale? I mean, also, I heard what you're saying about X. I saw a survey this week. It's now the most ideologically balanced user platform.
Scott,
of any platform.
stop. It's too early. I just sat down. I've only been here for 2 minutes.
You're going to be embarrassed when I tweet it out after the show, but
you
it's
cannot
true.
say that.
So,
That's not the case.
So
Who's
what
the
I-
source?
of that?
What I find, we've reported it on this network. And
It's
so-
not accurate, and you know it.
Okay, I'll let you make your statement.
Scott, can I
but my
think of
point,
it
Hold on. Scott is right. He is 1,000% correct. And CNN reported on it. And it's pretty crazy that they don't know. They work for CNN. How do they not know about this reporting? But for those of you that may have missed that reporting, here it is.
So one of the big reasons he bought Twitter/X is because he wanted to make it his own platform, remake it in his own image. And I think this really gets at it. Look at this. The party ID among those who regularly use X/Twitter for news. Back in 2022, 65% of those who regularly use Twitter/X for news were Democrats. Just 31% were Republicans. Look at where we are today. Just a completely different picture. Now it's basically split between Democrats at 48%, Republicans at 47%. And what I should note, Mr. Berman, is this new overall makeup matches the overall electorate far better. And more than that, John, look at where Mr. Musk's net worth is today versus where it was just 2 months ago. He is the richest man in the world by far. 2 months ago, look at this. His net worth was $252 billion. Look at where we are today, $314 billion. He is by far the richest man ever to be on this planet. So yes, he's not as popular. Yes, Twitter/X perhaps is not as popular, but it's a much different platform, one that more represents Elon Musk's, let's say, political instincts, and he is now a far
Woo, baby. And guess whose political side of the aisle he's on? Suckers. Democrats had him and lost him. They had $314 billion sitting in their back pockets and dropped the ball. Gosh darn it. Man, it feels good. But yes, Greg Jennings was correct. CNN, their own network, reported that X is now basically even. It's an even split, 47-48 split. So it's equal both ways. But of course, Carrie Champion, she's she has TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, the same way just basically everybody on CNN does. So of course, Greg Jennings has to be lying, but CNN reported on it. Anyway, carry on.
Can I reframe it a different way? Because the site changed radically, right? So whether you think the voices it is somehow more balanced now, that's fine. But no doubt Musk's influence.
He doesn't think he knows, and your own network reported on it. Let's speak facts. Don't spread any misinformation. Look who's spreading the misinformation now.
is profound, and that you open it up and now you're there with his opinion and he is now part of this administration. So does anyone else think that there should be this greater concern about billionaires purchasing media companies?
Okay. Would you be worried if Bill Gates controlled MSNBC?
No, because he's sane.
Because MSNBC
it was MS.
comes from Microsoft. It was a partnership between Microsoft and NBC way back in the 1990s, back when Microsoft was under investigation by Bill Clinton's DOJ for monopoly. I don't remember anybody panicking over MSNBC back then.
No, they definitely did. But yeah, continue. Well, like Fox was launching, MSNBC was
And it's
launching.
still
The
here.
cable news network was shifting. The landscape
But
was shifting.
isn't the issue that the left has gotten so used to controlling almost all institutional information distribution arms in this country that when one little piece of it, whether it's X or MSNBC or anything else, gets taken away, the panic is so outrageous. I mean, that's how used to the left is having control of all of it.
I don't think that that's an accurate assessment when you look at something like Sinclair Broadcasting Group that has purchased most of the local newspapers and local television stations and sends out
Local newspapers and local. We're talking about national television. National television. We're talking about the big mainstream social media platforms. You're talking about local? Goodness gracious, these folks, their arguments are terrible.
out distributed information that their anchors are supposed to follow for the correspondence. That is a conservative leaning group. I think the difference, though, I'm not siding with Elon Musk at all here. The one thing to point out is that platforms are not regulated right now, which gives them carte blanche to whatever they want right now. Elon is not someone who likes to be regulated. And so to buy MSN, he would go under some federal regulations.
Who's regulating CNN right now?
The FCC.
We're not a broadcast. It's cable.
I mean, I don't really think cable stations are under the same regulatory structure
doesn't go over public airwaves.
that broadcast is.
It's definitely regulated more than than Facebook and
There's
Twitter.
still, what she's saying is that there's still a
Because you're on national television and we are a public square. We are, goodness gracious, these people, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. These folks. You see how authoritarian these folks are? They would love to get rid of freedom of speech. They would love it. Love it. But they always accuse us of wanting to be the dictators of the world. Right.
test of journalism that you have to pass. You can't
That you
come on
don't have
TV
on
and just make up things and say things. That happens on X. Please don't give me the eyebrow furrow as if you don't know what I'm talking about. It happens often on X. I can go and say the color is blue and I will be met with so many disrespectful remarks. No one's regulating the N-word. No one's regulating the criticism. No one is regulating how people are treated.
How much government
or the
regulation
lies.
of the First Amendment are you for?
Let me tell you something. If I came on here and I just started calling you all kind of names, do you think the bosses would let me continue to do that?
I mean, it happens to me occasionally. I don't know if you watch
it
the
doesn't
show.
happen to you, but it doesn't happen
does
for me.
happen.
And I know that I wouldn't be able to do that. There's a level of professionalism in what we do here because we are journalists and we adhere to something at least morally. And there is no moral.
Carrie Champion, it's called the First Amendment. Read it. Read it. Oh my goodness, these folks. You see what I mean? Like I get so frustrated just listening to this bullshit. I get so we need some regulation. No. Oh, see, I almost cursed, and that's why I can't be in politics. Cause bro, like I would say some stuff that just would come out. You know, just boop. You know, like oh my goodness, bro. What are you talking about? Regulate yourself. How about that? You regulate yourself and we'll have no regulations on ourselves because we believe in the First Amendment. We believe in freedom of speech. So yeah, you regulate yourself and leave us alone. How about that? All right, we'll do that.
Compass on this thing called
You're
X.
also having a conversation about a person who has the ear of the White House in a very profound way. And you have had the former president, the president-elect, talking about yanking licenses, right? As part of the broader Republican
If you
argument
disagree.
that there is censorship and therefore people need to be punished for.
And you guys have all been talking about if somebody disagrees with you, they need to be regulated. You literally were just talking about getting rid of freedom of speech, but now you're concerned with getting your license pulled, which I think you should because these networks are total BS. And listen, I would love for these networks to be truth networks and just spew the truth. Just tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. I don't care if that's bad for me. It's great for the country, right? So I would love for that, but that's not the case. So listen. If we want to start pulling licenses because y'all want to get on air and lie, blatantly lie, and say, oh, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. That wasn't reported on CNN. Yes, it was. It's facts. I got the video footage. I got the tapes. Or like when they tried to lie about Joe Rogan and they changed the filter on Joe Rogan's face when they were talking about dewormer and all this other crap. Like, come on, bro. That's not news. That's propaganda. It's propaganda. Oh my goodness. Trump's going to take the license. He wants to get rid of our freedom of speech. But you were just advocating for getting rid of freedom of speech 2 seconds ago. And you're crying about a billionaire possibly buying MSNBC, but were you concerned when George Soros was attempting to buy 200 radio stations? Did you say anything about that? Did you? I didn't hear a peep. Didn't hear a peep from these folks. George Soros can go and buy 200 radio stations, and yes, this is facts. The FCC actually did something that they hadn't done in a lot ever, really, as far as I knew, and expedited the approval of him purchasing the 200 radio stations. Now, I have been hearing something that it may get put back into deliberation or something, so it may not actually go through in the end, but none of these folks said anything when George Soros was trying to buy 200 radio stations. 200. But all of a sudden, if Elon buys MSNBC, oh my goodness, the world is falling apart. He's got X, and he's got MSNBC. Oh my goodness. You see the hypocrisy? Like this is ridiculous.
For that censorship, Chuck.
And I was thinking about what X, former Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter, was like before. And to my sister's point is like before Elon bought it, good and bad, there was a lot of things there.
Sure.
My wife refuses to go on it. She says it's a cesspool, and she's mad that I'm even still on it. She's got more sense than I'll ever have, and I'll tell everybody that. But I know when I open up the platform now, the first tweet I see is Elon Musk, no matter if I like it or if I don't like it.
Yeah.
The very first one all the
Whether
time.
you follow him or not. The other,
So
what? He bought it.
You're making my point.
Right,
Absolutely did. That's what's going to happen on
saying he
MSNBC. And he don't like me, so I probably won't be on there no more. So I'm
I
mad.
also think that Twitter has fake computer
Yeah,
generated
it's bots.
things.
It's
bots.
absolutely.
So it's a little like, well, I don't think anybody. Are you real? Like, can I put? Are you a hologram of yourself? You know, I didn't touch him, everyone. But like, are you a hologram of yourself?
Part of it is like, I feel like on the one hand, oh, this is really navel-gazing, should we be talking about it? On the other hand, it was so clear that the movement and shift in tone and ideas of what was happening during the campaigns were very much affected by social media, right?
Sure.
When Kamala
ask
Harris
people in
entered
focus
the
groups
race,
where they get
and
their
it was like
right.
TikTok said she was a thing.
Yeah, TikTok is literally the source of information
Yeah.
for millions of people, and
Everybody
that is
under
very
35.
And
that's very
misinformation.
scary and misinformation. And so, if in fact someone like Elon Musk had any sort of control over an entity, he's not listening to any rules or regulations. People like that,
You
as
think the
you well
TikTok
know,
owners are?
No, it doesn't. Listen to what I'm saying. Elon Musk, if in fact in charge of any actual television station, network, etc., he's only going to listen to his own rules. Case in point, every time the first tweet I see is Elon Musk. If I want to go on that place, it's not being regulated. About 2 years ago, the last line of defense that they had in terms of their morality was someone who quit because he said that he couldn't control his job was to regulate Twitter. He could not control Elon Musk because Elon Musk didn't want it to be regulated. He wanted it to be the world in which it is right now, which is a cesspool, as your wife said. She's a brilliant woman.
She is.
Tell
That's
her I
why
said
I'm
hello.
Thank you, I will.
I think the impulse to restrict speech is a slippery slope, but a dangerous one. More speech is better.
Is it really? Okay.
But do you think?
Got
So
it.
you actually think that X is the place of free speech?
Yeah, I mean, I think. I don't know why you would argue otherwise. Is it not?
Okay.
I think before he took it over, it was not a great place for conservatives, and now it's a great.
Greg Jennings is 1,000% correct. You could say a whole lot on Twitter that you can't say on other platforms. That is a fact. That is a fact. And even if it's stuff I don't like, right? That's where other people can come in, right? If, for example, because she was like, the N-word isn't regulated. So what? If somebody posted something calling me the N-word on X, I'm sure all of you would step in that are on X and be like, yo, get out of here, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even have to address it, nor would I address it because it's not worthy of addressing. Terry Champion, anything negative, you just ignore it. Duh, that's common sense. But of course, common sense is no longer common, unfortunately. And that's the sad part. We need to get back to a place of common sense because sheesh Louise. Oh my goodness. On one hand, they were scared that freedom of speech was going to be taken away, but then on the other hand, they wanted freedom of speech to be taken away and regulated. It's just like these folks don't make any sense. They're talking out of both sides of their necks, and it's just It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And look at their comment section. Look at it, because y'all know I love the comment section, baby. First off, the like to dislike ratio was garbage. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. She says it's not accurate when CNN is the source. Remember when Elon was about to buy Twitter and everyone was like, yeah, that'll never happen. Imagine being so self-unaware that you champion both freedom of speech and censorship within minutes of each other. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Haha, Jennings got her to admit that CNN is not accurate. That is true. Who regulates CNN? Free speech is when the stuff you don't agree with can be said. Hey, that's facts right there. Right there. Right there. Freedom of speech isn't when you agree with everything. Freedom of speech is when you don't agree and it still can be said. Okay? That's true freedom of speech right there. Scott Jennings has the hardest job in media. It's hard to argue with smart people, impossible to argue with morons. That's true. It's impossible. It really is. This is why CNN has lower ratings than Hallmark. Misinformation is not a real word. It's called lies, not misinformation. I put a bid in for CNN at $1.95. Oh my. Oh my. It's not a safe place for free speech. And then says, Scott, you cannot say this. OMG, such a hypocrite. What's going on in this LOL? It's like CNN lost control of the narrative. These people are so disconnected from reality. Yeah, I mean, the whole comment section is just roasting them. The entire comment section, just roasting them. So I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that. The American people have woken up and we aren't buying into the BS propaganda that these mainstream media platforms like to spew out all the time, which is why they want to censor folks like us. But with Trump in office, that will never happen. All right. But let me know your thoughts and your opinions on all of this in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in. Peace and love. I'm out.